okay. This guy thinks I'm a prick, okay. I don't say nothing but just okay. Cause he gets sick, he's just okay. Don't know why MCs wanna track the end of the set, then assume everything's okay. When a man cats me, I don't get mad. I'm just like, right, say cool, okay. Then I flip like hoops and it's okay. 22 shots in your head's okay.
So a 5-year court case just got dismissed. It was a case challenging the illegality of marijuana in this country. It was presented by the Rastafarian community. Praise Jah. I feel like it's time to have that conversation about marijuana, about why we've considered this herb's prohibition more of facts and less of just policy. I think it's time for us to look into these laws and really ask ourselves, is this herb really as dangerous as Nakada want to claim, or is there something else?
His Majesty Haile Selassie returns in triumph to Addis Ababa. A great ovation is given him by his subjects, who witnessed the moving spectacle of their emperor attending a Thanksgiving service at the Cathedral of St. George, his first act on returning to the throne of Ethiopia.
Ganja to the Rastafari means more than just recreation. It's intertwined with almost everything they do. Their practices, they use it in meditation. Nalawa, kumedi. When they sit down, talk about life, talk about societal issues, talk about anything and everything. Yeah, they use it to stimulate, at least this is what they believe, they use it to stimulate introspection. And yeah, to them, it's a symbol of rejection, Bana. It's a symbol of rejecting Babylon. This whole westernized, like Western capitalistic view on life. You know, it's a return to the African. It's a return to the natural. Yeah, ganja was used for introspection and meditation, man. It wasn't anything harmful in their culture, in reggae culture. It's not. This context on ganja was stripped away, man. It was like they made it a joke. Nangatu Rastafari, guys, or just reggae culture in general has just been reduced to, the stereotype. This guy just loves smoking weed without giving it its proper context. They ignored and still ignore the messages of this movement, messages of Pan Africanism, Pan African solidarity, messages of spiritual awakening, messages of a complete rejection of neocolonialism.
You see, reggae is the king's music, music which, speak out against oppression and injustice and cries for equality. Right now, South Africa is the last stronghold of the great white empire. And Rastafari said by 1983, it must be free. And before one of his word fail, heaven and earth shall move. Because Russia and America must war if South Africa is not free. You understand? So you see, we must play the king music, because we coming in righteousness. And all we're crying out is that we want our flag to be raised in peace and truth, which is the red, gold, and green flag.
Without
the flag,
apology.
Without any fear or favor or apology.
Rastafari.
Selassie, and that is our struggle is there. You see, there are those who marching on to war making MX bomb and SS-20 bombs and more M16 and pure weapons
everything
of
they build is destructive.
Instrument of cruelty and war.
Everything
And marching in the name of Jesus Christ. Well, you say, I and I are the righteous children. We are the seeds and the servants of His Majesty. We listen to the voice from the throne and we marching with our guitar and our harps and our string instruments. You understand? And we going head on to meet the devil with his guns. You understand?
They ignored it until they couldn't ignore it anymore. When their champion, Bob Marley, brought this message forward in his music, in his interviews.
Accept herb is the more you accept Rastafari. You dig what I say? Herb is important, but herb is more important to the people who don't accept it yet because that is the reality. I mean, it's not selling selling is something that you crave, but you check it in your sense and say, herb. Herb is a plant. I mean, herbs are good for everything. Why these people who want to do so much good for everyone, who call themselves governments and this and that, why them say you must not use the herb? You see? And we check that and we can't find, we just see them just say, no, you mustn't use it because it make you rebel. Against what? Against men who won't crave because them crave for the things like say, well, then them have some material things and them want to captivate your mind and tell you, say, well, you have to work and put you on pension and him keep it all. So Herb make you look for yourself and instead of you want to work for the man, you want to be one of the man too. Not in the sense of how him is, but in the sense of why should you have to bow to these things?
Do you have to smoke to be a Rasta?
No, man. But in this time, I mean, like, for instance, you're reaching a sense where you're strong enough, can take a little smoke. So when all them car pass, although you live in the city, you don't hear it because you're thinking. Differently if you just live so. Then, you know what I mean, the whole world confused you and you're worried and you don't have no time to think. And herb is that thing that give you a little time for yourself so you can live.
Personally, I feel colonial attitudes brought us this policing of marijuana. And I feel like it's time for us to look at these laws, man. Reason one why I believe weed should be legal in this country is thousands of people are in the penal system for, small offenses of, small amounts of marijuana, for holding small amounts of marijuana. And I feel, man, our criminal justice system is already overcrowded. I feel like it would be important to let all this case go because one thing I do believe is I feel a criminal record does more damage than the drug. I feel like we should let these young guys go, man. Yeah, like man, the police should focus on serious crime. Like a guy holding like Penny akiwa na a few kilos. Ama tuseme okay, cut. Ama akuwe na a small amount. Ay, come on. Like go focus on the guy kule Baringo or kule Kirivali. Focus on the guys pale on the border of Somalia. Yeah. The other thing is, Maze, it's already here. Like it's already with us. So making it illegal at this point is, I mean, enforcing these laws has become impossible. I feel like it being illegal kind of bars it from quality control, quality assurance. Like you get the real good stuff. And taxation, government as a partizo does the taxes. Yeah, I feel like regulation is the answer, not even, what is it called? Yeah, I mean, we've done it with tobacco, we've done it with beer, tumefanya na zote, so I feel like we can just do this with weed. Not to mention, this thing has so many benefits medically, especially for like cancer patients. Pain relief, it's real. For Parkinson's, it's done wonders in that space. Another thing is, Maze, it creates jobs. Wakulima, distributors, the whole chain. Watu wanapata kazi because of this thing. Of course, regulated. But I feel like it's important to look at it that way. Of course, I'm not saying it's completely harmless. I do understand, the youth need to be protected. Our kids need to be protected. It can be abused. Yeah, it can be abused. I am fully aware of that. But for me, I feel none of these problems none of these problems justify prohibition. Honestly, I feel if we really do want justice in this country and we're looking for evidence based policy, yeah, I feel like the question of marijuana shouldn't end here. I feel it shouldn't end with this case. I feel like we should be ready to hear this case tomorrow. Yeah, that's just my take. Like, follow, and subscribe. Yeah, till we meet again. Bye bye.